Hi everyone, and welcome to the second Public Information Center for the Niagara Region 2021 Biosolids Management Master Plan Update. My name is Laura Verhaeg, and I'm part of the project team with GM Blueplan, working alongside consulting firms SEMA Plus and Black & Veatch, helping to support Niagara Region define their vision for long-term biosolids management. Let's have a look at the background information that supports the master plan. Niagara Region is growing. More people means more wastewater, which also means more biosolids and a higher demand for treatment and management of these materials. This study will build on the recommendations made in the 2010 Biosolids Management Master Plan, and this plan will continue to be updated every 10 years. What do we mean by biosolids? Biosolids are the organic materials resulting from the physical, chemical, and biological treatment of wastewater. Biosolids provide many essential nutrients to soil when land applied, and have other potential beneficial uses. Niagara Region currently land applies all of their biosolids, whether in the form of liquid biosolids or in a drier soil-like product. The solid residuals produced at their water treatment plants are also blended into the wastewater biosolids prior to land application. This study is following the class environmental assessment process for master plans, which identifies the problem or opportunity, develops and evaluates alternative solutions, and consults with the public and other stakeholders. The purpose of this Biosolids Management Master Plan update is to develop a holistic, long-term strategy for biosolids management in Niagara in a manner that is transparent, sustainable, reliable, environmentally friendly, cost-effective, and flexible. This Public Information Center will provide a progress update on the master plan, share the results of our preliminary evaluation of biosolids management strategies, and provide another opportunity for the public and stakeholders to provide feedback. You are able to submit questions and comments at the email address shown here for the next 2 weeks, or through the link on the project website under the Get Involved tab. The area included in the study encompasses the entirety of Niagara Region and considers all the biosolids produced within the region. Currently, Niagara Region sends biosolids from their wastewater treatment plants to the Gardner Road Biosolids facility in Niagara Falls for further processing. Some water treatment plants are connected to the sanitary sewer system, and the solid residuals from these plants are conveyed through the sewer to a nearby wastewater treatment plant. For those water treatment plants that are not connected to the sewer system, the residual solids are trucked to the Gardner Road facility for blending with the wastewater biosolids. Lagoons on the Gardner Road property are used to thicken the liquid biosolids. The thickened liquid biosolids can then be land applied directly, while the remaining biosolids are dewatered using centrifuges to produce a much drier, cake-like material that is then sent off-site to a privately owned alkaline stabilization facility. The Niagara Falls Wastewater Treatment Plant is the only treatment plant that has its own centrifuge for dewatering biosolids. The dewatered cake from that site is also trucked off-site to a privately owned alkaline stabilization facility. The liquid biosolids and residuals, which make up about 50% of the total biosolids produced in the region, are hauled by a third-party contractor to the Gardner Road facility, where they are stored and thickened in lagoons. They are then land applied on agricultural land by a third-party contractor. Dewatered biosolids from the Gardner Road Biosolids facility and the Niagara Falls Wastewater Treatment Plant, which make up the other 50% of biosolids produced in the region, are hauled to a privately owned biosolids management center in Niagara Falls, where they're processed using alkaline stabilization. The high solids, nutrient-rich product is then land applied as a fertilizer. Our approach to developing the preferred biosolids management strategy consists of 5 steps. First, we developed a long list of alternative treatment technologies and alternative end-use markets. Second, we screened each alternative based on must-have criteria. Third, we developed alternative biosolids management strategies that combined the screened list of technologies and end-use markets. Fourth, we completed a detailed evaluation of the biosolids management strategies. And finally, we developed the recommended implementation plan that incorporates the preferred strategies. The long list of biosolids end-use markets consists of two main categories: beneficial reuse and disposal. Beneficial reuse considers alternative reuses for a variety of specific land use applications, additives for fuel, and co-management with source-separated organics. Disposal includes landfilling. The long list of end-use markets was screened based on market availability, compatibility with the existing treatment processes, long-term reliability and sustainability, and whether it could be implemented. Alternatives that did not meet these basic requirements were screened out and not considered for further evaluation. End-use market alternatives that were carried forward were agricultural, silviculture, and horticulture, parks and recreation, landscape contractors, golf courses, co-management with source-separate organics, and fuel additives. Different technologies can be used to stabilize the biosolids, depending on whether biosolids are in the form of liquid or cake. The long list of technologies includes biological digestion, thermal conversion, thermal drying, composting, and chemical stabilization technologies. The long list of alternative technologies was screened based on the following criteria: maturity of the technology, compatibility with existing and future conditions, proven applicability, and whether it could be implemented. Alternatives that did not meet these basic requirements were screened out and not considered for further evaluation. Alternatives carried forward are thermal hydrolysis post-treatment, direct and indirect thermal drying, alkaline stabilization with supplemental heat and acid or high-speed mixing, composting, and incineration. Each shortlisted technology results in a specific product. The region is currently using anaerobic digestion and alkaline stabilization that result in products that are land applied. Based on the shortlisted technologies, their associated products, and compatible end-use markets, 7 biosolids management strategies were developed, including land application of digested liquid or dewatered biosolids, production of a fertilizer product using advanced digestion, advanced alkaline stabilization, or drying, composting, and incineration, producing an ash. The option to do nothing was screened out as the existing biosolids infrastructure does not have the capacity to meet future needs to 2051. 4 criteria categories were used to complete a detailed evaluation of each strategy: natural environment, socio-cultural environment, technical considerations, and economic or cost considerations. Each strategy was evaluated and assigned a score to reflect the strategy impact related to the criteria. Following the detailed evaluation with all criteria, a second-level evaluation was completed using key differentiating criteria to evaluate and select the preferred strategies. This table shows the results of the detailed evaluation of each strategy using the key differentiating criteria. After assigning an impact score, each strategy was ranked from most preferred to least preferred. Strategy 1, land application of digested liquid biosolids, is one strategy currently used in the region. Although this provides good beneficial reuse on agricultural land and has good performance and ease of operation, it requires trucking large volumes of material that results in higher community impacts, greenhouse gas emissions, and operating costs. Strategy 2, land application of digested and dewatered cake, removes water from the liquid biosolids, thus reducing volumes that need to be trucked, and associated community impacts and costs. Dewatering is an established technology that is already used in the region. Strategy 3 uses advanced thermal hydrolysis to stabilize biosolids after digestion and create a higher value fertilizer product that can be land applied. Although it has good beneficial use on land, this is a newer technology that would be more challenging to implement and operate. Strategy 4 uses alkaline stabilization of dewatered biosolids to produce a fertilizer product, and is a strategy currently used in the region. This strategy has good proven performance, and capital costs are low considering a facility is already operating in Niagara Falls. Strategy 5 is for composting the biosolids. Because biosolids must be mixed with other materials, such as household organic waste, in order to be composted per provincial regulations, This option requires greater truck traffic. It also has a high potential for odor generation, although mitigation is possible. Strategy 6 uses thermal drying and produces a high-quality fertilizer. Although this alternative would require significant facility modifications and operator training to implement. Strategy 7, incineration, reduces the volume of biosolids more than all other strategies. However, greenhouse gas emissions are highest, and the final product has limited potential for beneficial use. Life cycle cost for incineration is the highest of all strategies. As shown in this graph, the 30-year life cycle cost of strategies 1 to 6 are relatively comparable, although the capital investment associated with newer technologies in strategy 3, thermal hydrolysis, and strategy 6, thermal drying, lead to higher life cycle costs. Strategy 7, incineration, has a significantly higher life cycle cost. Operational costs are lowest for strategy 1, 2, and 5. Strategies 4, 2, and 1 were ranked the highest and selected as the preliminary preferred strategies. Multiple strategies were selected to ensure diversity in the region's biosolids management program. To implement the preferred strategies, we have provided recommendations for the short, mid, and long term. In the short term, a pilot study is suggested to determine how acceptable cake land application is to local farmers and confirm the logistics associated with operating this program. Furthermore, the region has recently purchased a centrifuge that could be used as a backup to support current dewatering operations before permanent dewatering capacity is added. To increase dewatering capacity and reduce truck traffic and hauling costs, we recommend the addition of dewatering at Baker Road Wastewater Treatment Plant in Grimsby. Due to the location of this plant on the far west end of the region, adding dewatering here will provide a more significant reduction in hauling than other plants. In the long term, as biosolids produced in the region increase, additional dewatering is proposed at Garner Road. For the Niagara Falls Wastewater Treatment Plant, once the dewatering equipment at this plant reaches the end of its useful life, the region will review the feasibility of keeping a centrifuge on site or transporting the liquid biosolids to the Garner Road facility. It is anticipated that the new wastewater treatment plant being designed for South Niagara Falls will also haul liquid biosolids to the Garner Road facility. Both cake storage and liquid storage are proposed at Garner Road to maximize flexibility. To illustrate the proposed biosolids program, liquid biosolids are hauled to Garner Road, where they are either hauled to land for direct application or dewatered. Dewatered cake could continue to be sent to a third-party alkaline stabilization facility for further processing, or directly land applied as dewatered cake. Baker Road and Niagara Falls wastewater treatment plants would have dewatering and send their cake to a third-party facility. Cake storage is proposed at Garner Road to allow portions to be stored for future land application, reducing reliance on the third-party facility. At this stage, we have completed the screening level evaluation, developed the short list of alternatives, completed the detailed evaluation, and developed a preliminary implementation plan. Please provide any questions or comments you may have from May 17th to May 31st, 2023 through the website. We will respond to all comments and consider them as we finalize the preferred strategy, implementation plan, and biosolids master plan report. We expect to file the final report for a 30-day public review period in the summer of 2023. We welcome your feedback and encourage you to get involved. You can sign up to automatically receive notifications related to this study at the link below. You can also submit comments through the project survey link below. Please also refer to our project page on Niagara Region's website. Now, on behalf of Niagara Region, we appreciate that you've taken the time to watch this video and look forward to receiving your input. So again, thank you for your interest in the Niagara Region Biosolids Management Master Plan Update.